Forever. Dog.
I think I have to draw the line somewhere, and I think where I draw that line is you teasing bits for your other podcast on this podcast and not sharing them.
Absolutely not. You teased your Patreon. You didn't share your bonus content, but you did in the context of your freaking little calendar. Ooh, look at me in my calendar and all the things that I have to do. I work so hard. Oh my God, I'm Alayna. I never stop working and I'm perfect in every way. La-di-da-di-doo-di-doo. Okay? But me, you put it out raw. You raw dog this podcast. No one respects it.
I also think you need to drink some water.
No, I don't need to drink water. Here's what I need to do.
Nobody's going to say anything about my mug.
I'm sorry.
I actually don't care.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I
Labor
have not
Day.
had coffee.
We're not supposed to work today.
I know, but Alayna doesn't know that, and she picked today, and we did not protest, and
Yes.
we should have. We should have been like, this is
Alayna
an
doesn't
American.
believe
This is a
in
great
national
American day.
holidays.
I don't super know why it's a great American day, but
Should I look up the history of Labor Day?
probably, and I just want to say I'm pro-union, but I'm also pro. I have not had coffee. I haven't had water. I am not. That text.
Why
was
don't you go hydrate?
No, I want to do the whole episode.
You don't
like
have to do it
this.
dry.
No, I would like to for the audience. I think committing to this bit would
They're
be
not
really funny.
asking you to do it dry.
You know, Mac, while I have you, I read a beep boop. Can I address it with you so that I can...
Well, do you want to know the history of Labor Day now or later?
Tell me the history of Labor Day.
Okay, here we go. Labor Day is a federal holiday in the United States, celebrated on the first Monday in September to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of the United States.
Yes, the worker.
So this is just like capitalism's thank you?
It to the lowly worker. Yeah, we get one day. And we're not even taking it off.
I don't want a day. I want a check.
Yeah,
I'm speaking for the people.
Patreon.com/chosenfamilypod unless you're fucking capitalist pig. Wait, can I talk about the beep boop because it made me laugh so hard? The beep boop was basically Mac doesn't get enough time to talk on this podcast, and I think she's really upset about it. I have no fucks left. My fucks are gone. I'm fuckless. Okay?
Yeah. Frankly, to be asked to have a fuck on Labor Day is pretty crazy to me.
Where's Alayna? Where's Alayna? I'm 45 minutes late to the podcast. Where's Alayna?
She's making a coffee.
Well, I need a fucking coffee. This is father-son time.
Nobody's asking you to do it dry.
The coffee is far away. My espresso machine arrived, but I don't know how to do it yet. I haven't taught myself.
Put the mic down.
No.
Go, please.
It'll
go
take
get
me at
a
least
liquid.
15. It'll take me like minutes to go get a coffee.
You don't have running water.
I have running water.
Do you have maybe a Brita? Maybe not a Brita. I saw some.
I don't need a Brita. New York City has the best.
Bless you.
Thank you. The best pure water in America. Speaking of the laborer,
or is this an actual fact?
New York City has some of the best water in the entire fucking world.
Are you serious?
Yeah, our water's on fire. Okay, it's you guys out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of Missouri that have the fucked up water. Although I don't even know where you are anymore.
Well, I'm in Florida still, but I don't know.
Are you guys
about the water
okay?
here.
I didn't realize how horrible while we were roasting you last time, I didn't realize how bad the damage was.
Honestly, it's really the only times I've seen it since we came back here is like the beaches are really messed up, and there's like a no swim advisory, but everybody that visits here isn't really from here, so everybody was in the water except for us because I'm a little bitch. And if the government tells me not to swim, I'm not going to swim. Isn't the storm over?
If the government tells me it's a day off, I will work. And if the government tells me not to swim, I'll be in that fucking water. Because fuck capitalism. America doesn't make sense anymore. I'm getting in the water.
I have no idea how this works, how the hurricane stuff works. This is my first time.
I mean, how it works.
Close to one. Well, I just don't really understand. I guess it hit higher than us. even though it was like supposed to hit our area. So maybe it's worse up there for people.
It's very bad.
That area.
It's really fucked up.
I guess it just hit a lot higher. I hope
we're out
everybody
of
there is
FEMA.
okay.
We're out of FEMA money because of Maui and all the other fucking shit that's happened this year. It's a mess. It's really bad.
Yeah, I also
we're
saw
all gonna
something
die.
about it might come back around and like hit the other side of Florida, and I was like, that
What?
would be crazy.
It's going backwards? Flamingos showing up all over East Coast after Idalia. Wait, that's really
where?
funny. Yes, so it looks like it's going over. I've never seen a hurricane jump over land. Wait, that's great. Wow, Idalia is a fucking bitch, dude. She's hopping over. She hit one
She
side,
hopped
she's
over?
hopping over to the other side. No, she's a hopping hurricane.
What the hell?
I'm trying to find the forecast. Hold on. I'm just so tired.
Maybe you should get some liquid.
Yeah, it looks like it did hop over. No, I'm not doing it. I want to be silly goofy. I want to be silly Billy
Why are
Balloon
you trying to be a
Town.
hero? Is what
I'm
Alayna
not trying
would
to
say
be a
you.
hero. Well.
That's what Alayna would say, and she's gonna say it right now. Alayna, record.
Look who's finally here.
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. something, live a life.
Is it my destiny
Destiny.
to live and
Live
die a
and die.
life of blonde fragility?
Fragility.
Ashley?
I'm just Ken.
Yes!
Wow. Oh my god. You
Alayna,
guys
we're
were
recording.
back together. The gang's back together.
The gang is all back together. So I watched the Barbie movie.
Oh my gosh.
Where else
And so am
be a
I.
10?
I saw the Barbie movie as well.
You did!
Wait,
Can
Alayna,
we
I
just
just
talk
need you to
about
know
Ryan Gosling?
the text that I sent you guys was the first human interaction that I had this morning. I sent it from bed. I have not had
Also,
coffee. I have
she's
not had water.
completely dry
I have
right
not
now.
Had
She
a
hasn't
shower.
had any
And I
liquid.
thought this is going to be so funny if I do the podcast just completely in my most delirious state. I'm committing to the bit. I will not change it. Okay?
You're not gonna have some liquid?
No liquid until
like-
no liquid till
been
chosen.
sleeping.
Just
You
a
haven't
little.
given.
You haven't had
given
any
your body
liquid in hours
so
and
many
hours.
This is my favorite thing about the internet right now. How water will solve any problem that you have.
Absolutely.
It's
It
always
will
been
not.
that way. It's always
It will-
been that way.
No, it has not.
Water
I
has been
I
the
love that
solution to
people are
everything.
like so like want a solution to the problem. We've been humans drinking water for so fucking long, and people are like, wait, maybe my OCD will go away if I just drink more water.
Wait, guys, I've got an idea. Have you tried water?
I'm not saying water isn't helpful. Water is super fucking helpful. I get it. But you're the problem.
You're just not gonna participate.
It's not your hydration. It's you, okay? I don't care how much
What
water
point
you
are
have.
you trying to prove?
Your girlfriend
Go
is not
yeah,
coming
exactly.
back.
some
Come
water.
on, Ashley.
No.
Drink some water.
No. Bolton's looking at me.
So what were you guys talking about before I got here?
Hurricanes.
Oh,
Hurricanes, Ashley being dry,
global warming.
global
Yeah.
warming.
Have we tried water? Maybe we should put some water on it.
The problem is too much water.
Yeah, actually,
Well.
is
Too much water everywhere. The ice is melting. We need more ice, less water. From now on,
Right.
I'm only sucking on cubes. I'm a cube sucker.
You're taking a stand.
I'm taking
You
a
will,
stand.
I will not stand.
you're so brave,
Wow.
No,
I'm
so
water.
brave.
No water till it's all ice.
You're a hero.
Wow.
A hero among us.
Do you guys think I should get a middle part?
Sure. You'd look good with a middle part.
Okay, let's
Do
talk
you
about.
not already have a middle part?
No, I have a side part, but now I have a middle part.
You look hot.
I just
Whoa, and not the dynamic we've ever had before.
Okay, Mac just turned off her camera.
Whoa.
No, okay. This is what's changed. Mac is,
Yeah, my part is
Mac
what
is
changed.
peekabooing in and out of the camera here. No,
Excuse
this
me?
is Ashley, your hair looks radiant.
Shut the
Ashley.
fuck up. That's not what I was
Ashley,
looking for.
why don't
in
you try a
Noah.
middle part?
You flicked your hair. I thought you were indicating about the
I
hair.
don't love a middle part with my hair.
Yeah, I can't do a middle part with my hair.
Middle part seems to work wonders for pretty much any man.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that?
No.
Well, okay, this is what I was going to say. Here's what's different,
No.
Mac, where now suddenly I'm like, is Mac hot? The thing that's
Suddenly.
changed yes, is I watched the Barbie movie, and I could not look at Ken without seeing Mac.
That is my goal for everyone,
truly.
everywhere.
Truly, everything that he did, I was like, this is so Mac.
Oh,
Mac
you're
is
serious?
Ken
I thought
is
you meant
Mac.
the song. Because I was singing you the song.
I mean, the Ryan Gosling in that
that
role
is equally
as Ken.
embarrassing and hilarious.
I was like, this is Mac.
I just filmed a TikTok yesterday because all the audios from the Barbie movie are trending and all the Ken
Yeah.
ones are just supreme. And
Oh, so were you
it was
Ken?
the one
Sublime.
Are you saying you were Ken?
sublime, supreme. It was the one where he goes, shredding waves is actually a lot harder than most people think. And Barbie's like, you're very brave, Ken. And he goes, thank you, Barbie.
See, look at you. You are.
I love him.
You are Knuff.
I
You are
love him.
Knuff.
He's
Ryan Gosling is so
my,
talented.
What's the thing in Harry Potter? The animals that
Oh.
sparkle.
Patronus.
He's my Patronus.
Yes. Thank you, Ashley.
No problem. I'm here to provide any transphobic reference.
Oh yeah. Mac, how dare you bring up Harry Potter? This is in this economy.
My parents were right. I never should have watched the franchise.
Oh man. How is everybody? How are you guys doing?
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, you slept in, or is this just usually a?
Well, on Sundays, this is a fucking federal holiday, Alayna, and we said
I know,
yes.
here too, and I forget all the time. I always forget the holidays because
You guys have Labor Day too?
Yeah, and I turned off my like on my calendar. Oh no!
I know
On
what
my
you're about to say, and
on my calendar.
that's so
there's-
dark. That's so dark,
There's
Alayna.
no room. There's no room for the holidays. They take up space in the calendar, so I turn them off. So I actually don't see the holidays on my calendar anymore, so I
Alayna,
forget. And then I
What
only
kind of
remember.
shit are you putting in your calendar? Because I'm a
Do you wanna-
busy ass woman too.
Elena's actually drinking too much water.
Can I read you my calendar for today?
Yeah.
So it's Monday, so I always do all my admin on Mondays. So I have a note to myself to book some blood work because I have to get my iron tested. So a note to book some blood work for this week. Then I have to go through my Asana, which is my like organization task thing for me and my team. Go through my Asana, make sure all my tasks are done on there. Make sure
We
my
know what
team's tasks
Asana
are
is,
updated.
okay? Some of us have had real jobs, all right?
Okay.
Some of us have a
I
similar
personally
thing
did
for our
not know what that
teams.
was.
And
I
lots of
thought you
listeners
meant
probably
you were
don't.
going to do some heat tolerance training when you said
No,
that.
no.
so
No, it's like a
thank you for
task
explaining.
organization system. It's great.
Okay.
Go through my emails, clean up my inbox, my financial review. So this is where I go into my banking info. I pay off my credit cards. I make sure everything's in the accounts it's supposed to be in. The Chosen Family podcast recording. We're going to record a couple of episodes. I need to film a video I'm going back to school, so I need to like film a couple videos. Well, one video today. I have to film a sponsorship piece that's coming out this week. And then film an intro for a different video, as well as the intro outro for my Patreon bonus content that I put out every month. I have a research proposal that I have to tidy up before a meeting that I have this week to go over it, and I want to hopefully go climbing.
Okay,
I
so we
think
actually
some
told
of
you to
these
say
things can
what
be-
you're doing today, not this week.
Well,
today.
but some of it's due today. Or let's get started. Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Why don't you condense all admin into one tab and then just put
is.
within the tab?
Yeah. It
Okay.
says Asana admin finance review. That's one task.
Okay,
But
okay.
there are three separate things.
I'm just
that
saying
needs
maybe
to get
keep the
done.
holidays on there and just expand the window.
I think the thing with Alayna is I'm going to support you right now.
I'm not.
I think
you.
that Elena's thing is that she does take holiday. She just likes to push it into a gap that she has, and she likes to do it all there.
We love pushing things into a gap when we can.
Yes. She's gapping.
It's my favorite kind of holiday.
That being said, good luck.
Whoa.
Well, and it's not usually this, well, It's worse because I start school tomorrow. So I'm trying to do all of
Congrats.
my work Monday, Friday, because I have school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm trying to like condense all work into Ow, bugs.
Yeah.
Into her jaw. Went right into my knee.
I'm sorry.
Bugs.
My guy's
Hi,
here
Bugs.
too.
Sweet little October
Anyway.
kitty.
I hope that didn't be like seem like complaining. I'm not trying to complain. It's
No,
just,
no.
I can't have a holiday
Alayna, stop
today.
making caveats. I have no fucks left. I'm tired of the caveats.
Okay,
I'm tired
that's
of the intolerance. Not
That's
from
fair.
you, from the world. All right, well, I'm loopy doopy, so someone else needs to fucking.
Mac, tell us about you.
Okay, I am here again once more asking for our straight cis male listeners
Oh
to
my
write
God.
in. I
Again?
need your help.
Again?
I need your help. I can't keep listening to these motherfuckers with loud cars
Oh my.
driving by. Okay, listen.
Whoa, Mac. That
You
I
are
swear.
definitely-
Ever
in
since
Florida.
I started walking a lot outside, like probably 3 or 4 years ago, without
Same
headphones,
time you
just
discovered water?
walking. Yes, around the same time, you could say. I realized that I hate car noise. I hate when cars are loud. I like have actively had to pull over before because I will start crying. I hate it. It hurts so bad. It's horrible. And I know everybody feels this way. Even if you don't like when buses drive forward, buses
Yeah.
can't control this. So straight cis men, don't worry about this one.
Leave
Hold
the
your hate
buses
for the
alone.
Public transportation is phenomenal. We should use it more.
More
But
buses.
when buses make the air release noise when they're right next to you and they go,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so loud.
oh my God, I will lose my mind.
You guys,
It
you guys are
hurts.
pussies. I grew up in New York City. Okay,
You're
That-
not
I
bothered
hear-
by a motorcycle driving by you and just like.
Of course, a motorcycle with no muffler is not pleasant, but the sound of a bus going. Psst, that puts
Okay,
me to
that-
sleep. I have that in my rain range. That is like the sounds that I
Of whales
like
in the
like
ocean.
it's like a faraway honk, a faraway honk.
That's
I'm
actually
out,
white
like a
noise
light.
machine.
Yeah,
My white
exactly.
noise.
Gentle
I'm walking
sirens.
here. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good to go to bed. I'm relaxed.
Sirens in the background.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, I mean, like, no one likes loud noises right next to your ear, of course.
No,
but
and that's why I'm
Mac-
asking these men to do something about it. Because
don't
every time I
care.
look in the car, every time I look on the bike, it is what appears to be a cis man. I need you guys to tell your buddies that nobody likes it.
Nobody
Nobody
likes
likes
big
it.
mufflers. Nobody likes it.
And then
It's
the other
really-
thing is that if my girlfriend used to, she knows that it really bothers me.
I'm sorry,
She'll
I'm just
try to
thinking
cover my
about-
ears.
I'm just trying to think about, like, a trans guy who's expressing his masculinity through the lack of muffler, getting mad at you and commenting in the comments right now.
He
Mac,
wouldn't, though. He wouldn't.
I think he would. I think you're being transphobic again. I think you're
Twice.
being transphobic again.
I
Mac,
think
that's-
no
Mac,
matter
that's
our
2
gender,
times.
we should protect other people's ears. So my girlfriend would try to cover my ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've realized if these people see you covering your ears, they do it louder because they get like mad that you don't want to listen to it. Believe it or not, this was actually worse in Springfield, probably because it's like country boys and like
yeah,
you'd think
where I
small
grew up,
town,
too.
like
Yep.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. They would literally, this is like, so, because you know the loud sound, it's like God, this is me talking about cars. I don't know anything. It's like a
Yes, you do. You have a
nice
subwoofer.
muffler, right? It's something about like you get a fancy muffler and it like makes
Yes.
those sounds.
Yes.
In my town, because we're like in high school, we can't afford fancy mufflers. They would just take the muffler off, and they
Yes.
thought that that was the same sound. They were just like, the louder the better, instead of
That's exactly what they think. The louder the
Yeah.
better.
yeah.
Me and my girlfriend talk about this all the time, and we were talking about it the other day, and she was like, it's so funny because when women try to impress people they like, they do it by expressing interest or like talking about things that the other person's interested in. When men do it, they just cater to their own interests.
They're
loud
they're
car,
trying to
loud
show
noise.
off their own, yeah, right.
Me, boy, like loud noise. You listen.
You like loud noise too.
You like it now too, don't you?
boy like loud noise. Girl like boy. Girl like
Girl
loud
likes
noise.
loud noise.
Okay, well, Ashley, shitting on me about not having a holiday. We're all here right now.
I know.
We're all working.
I know.
That's
I said
yeah,
yes.
touche.
Oh, come on, fight me.
I gave consent.
Oh, okay, Ashley is loopy doopy. She did.
What?
You didn't fight. I was trying to, like, fight a little. Like, old time's sake. For old time's sake.
This feels a little flirty. I'm not gonna lie. If you'd like to flirt with, if you want me to nag you a little bit. Ooh.
Look, I watched Barbie and it awakened something in me. It really
I have a
was
theory.
like a work of art.
Yeah, it was incredible. I have a theory about it.
Okay, tell us.
Because I know there are certain people that did not enjoy it as much as other people. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm not going to do this theory. I'm not going to do it.
What? Why?
No, I'm not going to do it.
I went out for a second.
She said some people will like it more than others, and I have a theory, but then she didn't elaborate.
Yeah, people that are sexist and people that aren't.
No, that's not it at all. In fact, almost the opposite. But I'm just going to keep it to myself. You can go to the other podcast to hear my theory on Barbie. I talked about it over there. Listen.
What was that?
Teaser.
It was a promo. It was some fucking. It's Labor Day. Okay, I'm a worker.
Ashley is working today.
I'm working.
I think I have to draw the line somewhere, and I think where I draw that line is you teasing bits for your other podcast on this podcast and not sharing them.
Absolutely not. You fucking teased your Patreon. You didn't share your bonus content, but you did in the context of your freaking little calendar. Ooh, look at me in my calendar and all the things that I have to do. I work so hard. Oh my God, I'm Alayna. I never stop working and I'm perfect in every way. La-di-da-di-doo-di-doo. Okay? But me... You put it out raw. You fucking raw dog this podcast. No one sorry, Fulton. I'm sorry, baby. No one respects it.
I respect it. I respect your hustle. I do.
No, I'm
I also
messing
think
around.
you need to drink some water.
No, I don't need to drink water. Here's what I need to do.
Nobody's gonna say anything about my mug.
It's a great mug, Mac.
I'm with you that
My girlfriend made it.
Halloween season starts soon. Oh, she made that?
She painted it.
Picture this. You're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner and you surprise your family by starting an argument. Discussion in a new language.
Start today and you can, because with Babbel, you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks.
The thing I absolutely love about Babbel is the courses give you conversation-based skills. So you can actually practice them in real life. You can ask for directions. You can order food. It's perfect for a vacation and just to start practicing as soon as possible in the real world. And that's really how you get good.
Why Babbel? Because it works. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college.
Babbel's wide range of learning experiences, ranging from casual to intense, means there's a way to always fit in a Babbel session. From self-study app lessons to podcasts to live classes.
Here's a special limited-time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/chosen. Get 55% off at babbel.com/chosen.
That's spelled BABBEL.com/chosen. Rules and restrictions apply.
Maybe we should actually answer some questions this episode.
Someone else should give an update.
Well, my update was...
Your calendar?
Just Ken. It was that I saw the movie and I was like, okay, I get it. It was not what I was expecting at all. I didn't know what I was expecting, but it was completely not what I was expecting. It was a work of art. It was camp. It was fun, it was smart, and it was also accessible. Like, I really thought it was incredible.
It totally flipped my perspective of Ryan Gosling.
Right.
Completely. I wasn't a Ryan Gosling fan before.
Oh,
I was
he's
just
so talented.
I just felt
so
really
talented.
bored whenever I watched his stuff because I felt like me, a non-actor, commenting on he's just never done it for me. There's people that just don't do it for you when they act, and that's it. But after seeing this, I was like, I misjudged you, Ryan.
He's funny.
So, formal apology to Ryan Gosling because I can't imagine anyone else playing Ken. He did so good.
I think that's going to mean a lot to him coming from you, Mac.
Yeah, when he hears this, when he listens to this episode of the Chosen Family podcast, as he does every week.
Yeah.
Ken would listen to the Chosen Family podcast.
Absolutely he would.
Wouldn't he? I think he would.
I think so. And maybe
Yeah,
the
I think
Ken in the end. Early Ken, end Ken, not mid Ken.
Mid Ken. No.
My favorite was when he's like leaning on the door and Barbie's like pretend complimenting him about his society, and he's like, yeah, I just like took a patriarchy and like made a patriarchy.
My favorite time was anytime he said the word patriarchy. I like when he first learned about it and he was like, I just learned about patriarchy. I was like, why is that, like, I hate that word, but it coming out of his mouth was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was so good. Okay, I can look for a question.
So
Oh, wow.
I went into our Discord. We have a private Discord for any of you who don't know on our Patreon, patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast. It's because of you that we get to do this, so thank you. And if you want to get into the private Discord, have your questions answered, that's the way to do it. I went into the Discord and I wrote that we were recording and are determined to actually answer some questions this episode. Oh, hi. Welcome to the Chosen Family Podcast. I'm your mom, Alayna Joy.
I'm your dad, Ashley Gavin.
I'm your hot teenage brother, Mac INGEMI, and we're going to answer a question today.
We're your gay family. Every week we sit around the family dinner table and we talk about gay stuff and ourselves, because we are also gay stuff.
This is a lightning round question.
Okay.
What's your most recent experience of queer joy? Probably for all of us seeing the Barbie movie.
Seeing the Barbie movie.
Oh, I didn't. That was far more about my gender than about my queerness. I don't know that I mean, that just spoke to me as a woman. I'm not really sure that I got a ton of queer joy out of it, if I'm going to be. It's quite a binary film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I guess.
But I don't think it really, in the fact that, I mean, it's a binary film about breaking down the binary. So in a way, it's not. But yeah, it definitely made me connected with my womanhood a lot.
I think I got queer joy out of like the camp of it. Like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
was the
true.
same way.
That's true.
Kind of going back to what we were saying before, I had a really nice brunch with a couple of friends, and we're all queer, and we just had some really good conversation about community and the internet and what it means to be queer and what it means to have queer spaces, and I don't know, it was just a really nice grounding conversation, like in reality with real people and real friends, and like there's queer joy in just like being around queer people, I think.
I'm just going to start reading questions, and if it's one we want to answer, we can smack the buzzer. If I only ever look at porn of women, does that mean I'm only sexually attracted to women? I try to look at porn of just men, and sometimes I think they're hot, but I'm not turned on. How do I sort out all the different types of attractions? Parentheses, sexual, romantic, aesthetic, and so on. And differentiate. How do I pronounce it? Differentiate those from fantasies. Thanks.
Okay, short answer, no, that doesn't mean you're only attracted to women. Long answer, how do I differentiate between fantasy? There really isn't. The differentiation, like the line, is that it is a fantasy. It is fantasy versus enacting in real life. Like, that's the line. There isn't really, I don't think there's a necessity to draw a line within fantasy about what you actually want to happen or what you don't actually want to happen. The point is that it's a fantasy. It doesn't really mean anything necessarily about your sexual identity or orientation, what you fantasize
I just realized
about.
this is just pretty much an entirely Alayna question. Like, this is like a therapist-y question. So
well, and it's like,
know.
I guess if you want to differentiate, try and imagine it happening in real life. Like, instead of allowing it to be a fantasy in your mind, or you're watching these videos, like, maybe try to imagine you are actually interacting with the woman that you're watching, or you are actually living the fantasy that you're having. Having a fantasy does not mean that you actually want that to happen in real life. It is a fantasy, and that's okay. Does that make sense?
It's like the most straightforward answer we've ever given somebody on the pod. Like, usually
Well,
it's like, how do you feel? And like, look inside yourself. But this is just like...
And yeah, you could answer it that way, but I'm trying to be more helpful.
I think
in
that was
terms
very
of,
helpful.
Okay, good. How do you know the difference between aesthetic, emotional, sexual, all of that? That's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, lots of people have tons of fantasies. Like, I've thought some weird fucking. Think about the other fantasies that you've had.
Yeah.
You've thought about some weird fucking shit, dude. There's no. You're a human being.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily, you see Ariel and Little Mermaid, the old one when I was a kid. I'm referring to. Mm-hmm. If you met a fish pussy, you're not gonna want to fuck it. Like that is like, and it's okay for you to want to fuck it in your mind and be like, oh, like fish pussy, like dirty gilly fucking barnacle pussy. Like that's totally fine for you to do in a fantasy, and you don't need to then want to go and.
Gilly
Barnacle.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Wow. Mac, any thoughts?
I don't know. I don't really have anything
You want to share
contribute.
any of your thoughts on Ariel or, Barnacle?
The remake
Badge?
gave me chills.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen
Oh,
it?
are we doing this again?
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
not do
okay.
this again.
Just I'm coming from like a completely non-judgmental place. Mm-hmm. You have to see it. No
Okay.
pressure, but you should watch it. If you need to have your spirit uplifted,
Okay.
her voice is like just the prettiest voice you'll
That
ever
I
hear in your
believe.
life. It
Yeah.
sounds like an angel like picks you up and just you have to watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
Anyway, barnacle pussy.
Anyway, back to the important stuff.
Back to the important stuff. No, I don't really have anything to contribute to this, unfortunately. I don't know.
Have you
I
ever
feel like I'm very
fantasized about
vanilla.
something that you would not actually want to enact in real life?
That is such a deep. That's such a personal question.
Yeah, it is. But I'm not going to ask what the fantasy is.
Let me think.
Well, then
I
it's
just
a
wanna-
yes or no question. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess
me
the
too.
answer is yes.
Here.
I don't know.
No one is gonna like this one. But I think a lot of people have like a consent fantasy. Mm-hmm. But no one.
Consensual non-consent. CNC.
Yeah, exactly. But
a thing.
in the fantasy, the conversation is probably not happening.
No,
So you don't
that's a
necessarily
great
want that in real
example.
life.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants that. Mm-hmm. And just because you're fantasizing about it doesn't mean that that's something that you want.
Absolutely. Well, and there's so many examples and like anecdotes out there too of like gay queer women liking gay male porn. Straight
Yeah.
women liking lesbian porn. Like it's actually very normal. And I don't want to minimize the feeling of confusion, but by saying it's not a big deal. Like it doesn't have to mean something is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to
Oh, I
mean
understand.
something. We're making up for all the episodes that we didn't answer
No,
a single
seriously.
question on.
Someone asked, "Does unconditional love exist?" I don't think it does. In my head, I immediately go to if someone commits a premeditated vicious crime or like beats up their children and then I don't love them anymore. But are those actually conditions that are in the conditional love equation?
Love versus in love versus compassion.
Yeah.
Unconditional love, I would say, equates to compassion. We can want good things and happiness and joy and peace for all people. It doesn't mean that you need to remain loving someone unconditionally doesn't mean you need to remain in love with them if they were to commit some sort of heinous crime or
Wait, so
my initial
what
thought.
did you say? Love is different than in love is different than compassion?
that was my first thought. I'm wondering if this like unconditional love is similar to the idea of compassion. Like you can have love for somebody even if they've hurt you or hurt somebody else. It doesn't mean that I feel like unconditional love is a thing, but unconditional love doesn't mean that you allow somebody to be in your life, be in a relationship with you, just because you unconditionally love them. Like, that's not a free pass to behave in any way that you want to behave.
Okay, that makes sense.
It just says that no matter what, I want good things for you, which is similar, the same, arguably, as compassion. Yeah, Ashley, I feel like this is a you domain too.
I agree. I guess there's unconditional compassion for you, that you try to have as a person for everyone around you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's a semantics type of thing, isn't it? It's just sort of like I feel like unconditional love is really only useful as a tool in a healthy relationship. Yeah. If you're in an unhealthy relationship, it is not really helpful. If you're in a healthy relationship and something happens, but you generally love, trust, feel very safe with this person, and maybe you guys have gotten into an argument or reached some sort of impasse on something, you extend compassion, love, to be like, this is not worth losing love over. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's helpful when you get into the conversation about like boundaries. It just sort of feels like a thought experiment that doesn't really apply to the real world practically.
And could be used as a weapon or like manipulation tactic of like, I thought you.
What is the difference between unconditional love in a positive way in a relationship versus like it being used as, I feel like manipulation tool is like a strong word to use, but I don't know how else to word it. It being used in like a negative way by a partner. Like, you told me you'd always love me. Like, why are you not?
This is going to sound cheesy, but maybe we have to have unconditional love and compassion for ourselves first. And that's how you tell the difference is like, well, because if you love yourself and you hold yourself as, hold your own right to be treated well, if you hold that as the top priority, then maybe you're able to unconditionally love somebody else without compromising yourself.
I'm catching up mentally right now.
No, I
it
think
is
definitely.
like a thought experiment question, because really, what's the practice? Like, what's the action, or what changes if you decide unconditional love does or doesn't exist?
Yeah, I just think I'm not sure that it really should affect your relation. If you are in a working, healthy relationship, I don't really think your definition of love super matters at all. It's philosophical. But I do think how you treat yourself matters, speaking to what you just said, Alayna. And it's much easier to be in a healthy relationship when you treat yourself in a healthy way.
Yeah. Unconditional love and compassion, those things, they're hard. Like, compassion and trying to actually truly hold compassion for all people, that is tough. But it doesn't mean that behavior is excused. Compassion doesn't say you're allowed to do anything, say anything, be anything, and I accept that. It means I still believe that you deserve happiness and good things. And I think that the hope with that is the underlying idea that if all of us were happy, like if all of us did have everything that we need and have kind of that inner peace, then the shitty people maybe wouldn't be so shitty. I think that's the hope.
Yeah.
Again, thought experiment. I generally have 2 cups of coffee while I do my morning work, but now I've been swapping out that second cup of coffee with AG1. This has been game-changing. Instead of giving my body caffeine, I'm giving it nutrition.
It's hard to know where to start with supplements and who to trust, but AG1 makes that so much easier.
AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers comprehensive nutrients to support whole body health.
AG1 replaces your multivitamin, probiotic, and more in one simple drinkable habit. Why take a bunch of different things when you can just mix 1 scoop of powder and water once a day?
AG1 was designed with ease in mind so you can live healthier and better without having to complicate your routine.
If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase.
Go to drinkag1.com/chosenfamily.
That's
drinkag1.com/chosenfamily.
check it out.
There's this account on TikTok, and the person is a relationship therapist, I believe. And I can't remember their TikTok account handle, but if I can find it, I'll put it in the comments on this episode. But they like reenact situations in a relationship where there'd be like an argument or something, and they it's almost like a breakdown of like a healthy exchange, and obviously it'd be different in real life between people, but it's like really interesting to watch. And this conversation's reminding me of some of the skits. I don't know what's it called that they do.
I feel like I know which account you're talking about. It's like it's really good modeling. Like you get an example
Modeling
of
is a
like,
good word.
oh, this is how I could phrase this need, or how I could respond to this. Oh my god, at my brunch, not my brunch, at brunch the other day, that I was
your
talking
brunch,
about.
Alayna. You own your brunch.
At my brunch, someone asked if I followed or knew queer sex therapy. And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I follow queer sex therapy.
I also follow queer sex therapy.
You do, huh? That's interesting.
I've told you all this, right?
Yeah, that's why it made me smile. Because I was like...
Okay, I was like, where did I leave off with them on this?
I mean, actually, I'm not sure how it... Well, no, I think I know the whole thing. I think.
There's a great episode on the other podcast.
It's true.
With me and Irene too. It's like from a year ago. It's from a while ago. That's the end of that story.
That was better than the teaser earlier.
They're a lovely person.
Uh-huh. This episode is sponsored by the We're Having Gay Sex podcast. Should we do one more? I like these lightning round ones, kind of getting them.
All right, I'll try to find a quickie. Go to comfort TV show.
Oh,
I don't really...
I have so many.
Oh, okay, tell us.
Well, a lot of them are reality.
Yep.
So, like, I love, like, The Bachelor. I love Love Island. I love all the cooking shows.
Oh.
Great British Bake Off. The Guy Fieri bracket. What the fuck is that show?
Will you rewatch episodes, or you find your
No,
comfort
but there's
is new?
so many Love Island episodes you really cannot run out.
Yep.
And then in terms of comfort narrative TV that I can rewatch, I like Seinfeld and The Office.
The Office. I would say The Office and Parks and Rec. Parks
Parks
and
and
Rec
Rec
are
is
go-to
great.
for
Parks
me.
and Rec. Parks and Rec is so good. Mine's
So good.
Smallville, obviously.
Oh, we gotta
And then
guess
also,
that.
also it was Boy Meets World because my girlfriend really liked that show, and so I started rewatching it with her.
Yep.
But we got to season 4 or 5, and I was like, "This is not the show I started watching. What's up?" We Googled it and found out Disney bought the show. Wow, they trashed that, like the
Really?
character development. Some of my favorite characters I've ever seen on TV. Like, I could not believe how downhill the show went. Like, they just dumbed down all the characters. They it felt like it just lost its heart and like lost its light. And
Interesting.
so that's like a half comfort show for me now. But
The first 4
early
seasons.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first seasons are great. But I'd love
Is
to have
that-
that opinion validated. So
is
if
that
anybody,
where you
That's a
thought
pretty
about
niche
the-
reference. I don't know if I was even old enough to like know to watch for that. Like when Boy Meets World was
That's
out.
what I'm thinking, yeah. Because I watched it and I loved it, but I was young.
yeah, that makes sense.
Excuse me.
Is that where you got your center part inspo?
No, I was looking in
Hunter.
the mirror this morning and I thought, why don't I just like, and then I tried it and I was like, I like this, but I don't think I have much of a choice because I like put my hand in my hair a lot and then it naturally goes back to that way. So
Yeah.
I'm a slave to the side part.
It's a classic struggle.
What did we have
We're
for
done.
dinner? I think,
Oh, yeah.
I think we just gave Ashley a liquid IV of water tonight for dinner.
We gave her one of those LA IV things where you like pay someone to come to
frankly,
your house.
we didn't care about
Vitamins.
what we were eating. We just needed liquid in Ashley.
Yeah. 100%.
So we'll worry about dinner next week, but
Yeah,
for
me and
tonight,
Mac
we
watched.
just need to rehydrate.
Ashley had an IV.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We have a Patreon. If you want us to answer your questions, you can go to patreon.com/chosenfamily. That's it?
Podcast.
Or Chosen Family
Patreon-
Podcast.
Podcast.
Patreon.com/chosenfamily podcast. We will answer your questions. You'll get
Podcast.com,
priority.
Patreon /
Where's your
Chosen
little,
Family.
where's your
I
little,
don't. This is my laptop,
your
so
note.
you can imagine I'm really
Oh,
stressed
okay.
out right now.
Well, and I love that, like, we have these kind of natural pauses where we're like, okay, Ashley's gonna take over. And then when
I know.
Sorry.
It's like, okay, I guess Mac's saying the link.
We're in a routine now. Like,
we're like, we say, like, I'll say something like, thanks to the Patreon, and then there's a pause because we're waiting for Ashley to be like, go give us your money, you little bitches.
And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's time to be a man. I gotta step up.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Love you.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mac INGEMI. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Mariah Nicholas. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm.
Forever.